welcome back to Talk It Out. I'm Jodi Leib. I'm here in Detroit at Pearl Sound Studios talking it out with Remy Lambert and Steve Trudell from 50 Amp Fuse. They're going to tell us a little bit about what it means to be a tribute band. In fact, one of the greatest tribute bands around. Hi, guys.
Hello.
What can you tell me about your roots in Detroit, how you started the band, where you came from musically, and where you're going in the future?
Well, obviously, we're both from Detroit, so
yeah, we are proper.
Stevie actually has quite a past in Detroit here. If you want to mention Dad, are you going to mention?
Yeah, my father made all the Motown records. That was,
Cool.
his orchestra there. I grew up there, and so I saw Berry Gordy at work. I saw my father at work, and my uncle David Vandeput, producer, arranger there. What's going on? Records like they 15 years they made hit records. So I was around that. I grew up around that, and when I wasn't there, we were working. I was working as a band boy for my father's orchestra, Johnny Trudell Orchestra, and traveling. And he worked with everybody from Lou Rawls to Sammy Davis to Tony Bennett, all. And I would look after the orchestra. So I worked for literally hundreds of artists through my career, and then began contracting orchestras and choirs on my own, and I started working for rock acts then, which I really wanted to do. I was working for all the different Vegas type of acts. I really wanted to go to work, so I was working for Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, back then, and
Nice.
the Unleaded, and Rod Stewart, and
Sure.
many of them, and now things took off with Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
So what happens? So Rod Stewart calls you. He says, I'm coming into town. I need some violinists.
Yeah, it started there very humbly with my dad. He would give me gigs with the Spinners or the Temptations of Four Tops that he didn't want to. He was busy. He was busy with this, so he would have me contract one-off things. But then the Moody Blues called me, or the promoters would call me and have me do the movie. But one thing led to another, and then tours started for me. And now I'm a touring guy, and so
you do all kinds of classical music.
yeah, orchestras and choirs for everything from TV. I've done every major TV show there is, and
Nice.
over and over again. And now and Josh Groban, Michael Bublé, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, David
Very
Foster, and Billy Joel. I mean,
In Detroit or all over the country?
all over the world now.
All over the world.
Yeah, I service about 150 cities around the globe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Now, how did you two meet?
in a newspaper, Detroit
Believe
News.
it or not, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I had a little
believe it or
band,
not,
yeah,
yeah.
and I took out an ad. It was a friend of mine. He was a bass player.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
Mike.
and he was Remy was the only guy that answered the ad. And here we are.
Here
No,
we
really, it
are.
was really through that. It was before,
That's
Right.
actually the truth.
we
Yeah,
didn't go on a date or anything. It was before
Right.
dating or anything. No, that's
Before
how we
match.
met. And I
That's
lived.
how we met.
Yeah,
and we wrote.
some
We
songs.
wrote a bunch of songs together.
Nice.
I was 16 or 17 years old.
Wow, you
And
guys
we-
go way
He was
back.
good though.
Yeah.
He was very good. He was way,
Wow.
way beyond.
Not to date anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. He was far beyond my friend and I. I was playing the drums. My friend was playing the bass.
Okay.
But Remy was far more professional, and so he didn't really need to be with us. And so we did.
But we were trying to write music. I mean,
Yeah.
I was having a hard time. There was a lot of guys around me in my neighborhood where I grew up that knew, that did cover bands and, played at the high school dance or whatever it was. We did that. It's what we did. In that era, and so I knew a lot of that. I knew all of that, and then I was like, I want to write some music.
Yeah, so how'd you guys set out to become the greatest tribute band around?
We always had some sort of like a cover bar band kind of thing, that always was fairly successful. And I think just because we wanted to not be in the bars forever, it was how far can you take this? How far can you take playing other people's music and build upon that as somewhat of a career? So I think that was the initial concept of what we're trying to do here, and after a while it takes on a life of its own.
Yeah. How many gigs do you play a year?
We average about close to 200.
Amazing. And tell me about some of the performances that you do. Your corporate band, your
Corporate work,
events, festivals.
festivals,
Where
yeah,
can you find your audience?
About 40, 50 festivals a year. our audience is 8 to 80, as we say. We really have a
lot of younger
Right.
kids come out to some of these festivals, and it's amazing that they know the music, they know all the words. There's a few of them that come and want to they're like little groupies, and they're like 6. It's funny. And then it's the same with some older people. You'll have a 75, 80-year-old woman that's just like, I just love your band.
Yeah, we get
So,
everybody. Yeah, and it could be tuxedo to overalls. They're all there. Yeah, and then
really
then
is.
we turn around and we do corporate. We do very serious corporate work, and we do played casinos. Played around the country from Reno to Vegas to. We just did 2 dates in San Diego. Sheryl Crow headlined one night. We headlined another night for a corporation. All kinds of different. We have special guests that have come out and play with our show. But we've found having special guests is nice. But because we have 9 people in the band and we have the 4 young singers, everybody sings in the group, and we have a pretty diverse age group in our group.
How do you find your singers to match the key sounds that you're looking for?
The singers we have, it's interesting how we found them. One of them worked at Home Depot.
What was the guy at Home Depot doing?
Jason,
At
he
the
was
time,
we
Jason.
was working at Home Depot
Yeah,
and making
How'd you-
pizzas at another. He had
Right,
2
he was
jobs.
part-time at two different places.
He
Did he
wasn't really
audition
in
for
it.
you, or
No,
how'd you know he
not
was a
really.
singer?
We don't really.
Somebody had said, there's this kid that sings with this band. What's he
Right.
doing?
Yeah.
So we YouTubed it, and we found this guy singing. And I go, like, wow, man, this guy's like really belting it out. It's kind of like wild. I mean, like he was just reckless abandon with the singing. And through some channels, we tried to track him down. And it's like, what are you doing? And well, I'm working at Home Depot, and I'm flipping pizzas, and I sing part-time with a band that I'm kind of, just doing this little band thing about once every other month. And well, would you come, talk to us and like sing with us a little bit and see what happens? And
And now he's full-time with
And
you
now,
guys?
he's full-time.
He's making a living at it. Yeah.
Oh, you're so